at least conduct his experiments here. But he would not listen. What was he trying to do? Kendall believed he could harness the best features of XNA, build it into a shell that could be used to vaccinate endangered species, maybe all species, to make them hardier, more adaptable, able to withstand the global forces that are driving us toward this sixth mass extinction. And that's possible to incorporate XNA into our DNA. Yeah. The labs work in XNA now. They've already proven that xenobiological products replace almost any living organ. So yes, it's theoretically possible. But there's also great risk. Gray only had to stare out at the savage world below the gondola to recognize that truth. Professor, he also said he had a theory of how life might have started down here. Harrington nodded. It's only a conjecture at this point. If I had more time, I might be able to substantiate it. What's your theory? You remember how I mentioned this cavern system might cross the majority of the continent? Through an interconnecting system of rivers, lakes, and ice tunnels? Don't sound so doubtful. The surface of Antarctica is frozen and seemingly unchanging. It's warm, moist miles below, forming marshes and wetlands that have been hidden from the world for millennia. Take Lake Boston, for example. It's as large as any of your Great Lakes and twice as deep, and has been sealed away for 15 million years. Then there's the amount of geothermal activity occurring below the ice. Did you know that one of my colleagues, a glaciologist with BAS, discovered an active volcano almost half a mile under the western Antarctic ice sheet with evidence of lava flowing below? That's how strange, wonderful, true face of this continent is. So, if this cavern system does traverse the continent, how does it explain how this ecosystem originated? If you extrapolate what we've successfully mapped so far, the general direction of these tunnels seems to point toward a massive crater on the far side of East Antarctica, in a region called Wilkes Land. It was discovered back in 2006 and measures 300 miles across. To create an impact crater that size, it's estimated that the meteorite would have been 4 times larger than the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Some believe that impact here may have triggered the Earth's third mass extinction, the Permian-Triassic extinction that wiped out almost all of marine life and 2/3 of all terrestrial life. Okay, but why is that significant? First, that meteoric impact could have cracked this cavern system into being. Then, as most of the planet's species died off, some seed of XNA would have taken a root in this empty ecosystem and grew to fill it, preserved in perfect isolation. But this scenario raises one other intriguing possibility. What's that? Surprisingly, the answer came from Jason. Panspermia. Harrington smiled. Very good. Gray was familiar with the theory of panspermia. That life could have come to this planet on the back of a meteor, carried from afar to see this world. Keep in mind,